Losing weight is one of the most common goals, and at the same time, one of the most frustrating for many people. Who has never felt stuck in a cycle of effort without results? You start a diet, try to cut calories, start exercising, avoid sweets, but the scale simply won't budge. Or even worse, the weight may even drop a little at first, but then it stalls, and it seems like nothing else is working. And then comes that dangerous thought. I must be doing everything right, so why am I not losing weight? And this doubt, when not clarified, turns into frustration and mental fatigue, and oftentimes the complete abandonment of the attempt to lose weight. And the problem is that, most of the time, what is preventing them from losing weight is not the calories themselves, not genetics, not age, but unenviable mistakes, everyday habits that sabotage your efforts without you even realizing it. Yes, these are common attitudes, sometimes even seen as harmless, but they are holding you back. And that is why, even after trying everything, you continue to feel that bloating, that belly that won't go away, those clothes that don't fit anymore. The good news is that when you identify these mistakes and correct them in time, weight loss starts to happen in a lighter, more fluid, and above all, sustainable way. Hello. Today we are going to talk about a subject that can unlock your weight loss once and for all. The 4 most common mistakes that prevent weight loss and that most people don't even realize they're making. And that's exactly why so many people try to lose weight and fail. If you've ever felt stuck, stagnant, or if you've ever thought about giving up because you think you can't do it, stay with me until the end of this video. Because understanding these mistakes can be the first step to turning your body around. The first big mistake is believing that just counting calories is enough. This is one of the biggest pitfalls of modern diets. Many people use apps to track everything they eat, worry about staying within a daily calorie target, and believe that this will solve everything. But not all calories are created equal. Eating 500 calories of fast food does not have the same effect on your body as 500 calories of foods rich in fiber, protein, and nutrients. The body processes these foods in completely different ways. While one group can stimulate fat burning and keep you fuller for longer, the other can cause glucose spikes, increase hunger, and store fat. In other words, it's not just about how much you eat, but mainly what you eat. Another very common mistake is overdoing it on fit and industrialized products, believing that they are healthy because they are on the functional food shelf. Bars, whole grain cookies, zero fat, or zero sugar yogurts. Many of these products are full of additives, preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and inflammatory ingredients. They fool your taste buds, alter your satiety, and often trigger silent inflammatory processes in your body that make it difficult to lose fat. The logic here is simple. The more natural, the easier for your body to process, and the more efficient your metabolism will be. Real food is always the best way. The third mistake, and perhaps one of the most dangerous, is underestimating the emotional impact on eating. Many people eat not because they are physically hungry, but because they are anxious, stressed, bored, or sad. Food becomes an anesthetic, an emotional escape valve. And the worst part is that this happens automatically, without the person realizing it. Have you ever caught yourself eating without even tasting the food, just to relieve your emotions? Well, this is more common than it seems. And this behavior, repeated several times, creates a disconnection with the body's signals, in addition to deregulating hormones that control appetite, such as ghrelin and leptin. Losing weight, in this case, requires more than a diet that requires reconnecting with emotions, and with real hunger and satiety signals. The fourth mistake, which closes this cycle of sabotage, is ignoring sleep and rest as an essential part of weight loss. Many people still think that sleeping little is a sign of productivity, that resting is a waste of time, and that the focus should be on training more and eating less. But science has already shown that sleep deprivation directly affects hunger hormones, increases cortisol levels, reduces insulin sensitivity, and causes the body to retain fat as a defense mechanism. In other words, sleeping poorly makes you gain weight even if you are eating right and training with discipline. The body needs rest to regulate its internal processes, to regenerate cells, and to release the right hormones that promote fat burning. Therefore, a quality sleep routine, with regular times, a dark environment, and free from stimuli before going to bed, can be a turning point in your weight loss journey. And get this straight, these 4 mistakes are subtle. They don't scream, they don't appear blatantly. They infiltrate your routine, disguise themselves as good intentions, and end up preventing you from moving forward. The most dangerous thing is that you may be working hard, but not realizing that you are slipping because of these silent habits. That is why identifying, acknowledging, and starting to adjust these behaviors is a valuable step. It is the kind of change that does not require perfection, but rather awareness and consistency. Because losing weight in a healthy and lasting way is not about suffering, it's about understanding your body, taking care of your mind, and making choices that sustain your results in the long term. If any of these situations touched you, it's because you're ready to take the next step. And in the next video, I'll show you exactly what you can do to correct these mistakes with practical tips and solutions that really work, even for those who have tried everything. So, don't leave here without subscribing to the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss out on content that will transform your weight loss journey. And tell me in the comments, which of these mistakes have you made or still make without realizing it? Now that you've identified these 4 silent mistakes that sabotage your weight loss, it's time to turn things around. Because it's no use just knowing what's holding you back. The real power lies in taking action. And the good news is that, with small adjustments to your daily routine, you can completely transform the way your body responds to weight loss. And more than that, you'll start to notice a difference in the mirror, in your clothes, in your energy, and even in your self-esteem. Because when your body starts to function as it should, everything around it also improves. Let's start with the first mistake, believing that counting calories is enough. The most efficient way to correct this mistake is to change your focus. Instead of counting calories, count nutrients. Look at your plate and ask yourself, does this nourish my body or just fill space? Focus on real, living, authentic foods. Prioritize fresh vegetables, fruits with skin, lean proteins, eggs, roots like sweet potatoes, and whole grains. The more colorful and natural your plate is, the better your metabolic response will be. And here's a practical tip. Start your day with a breakfast rich in protein and fiber, like eggs with oatmeal or natural yogurt with chia and berries. This will completely change your level of satiety throughout the day. Now, for those who tend to overdo it on fit and industrialized products, the best strategy is back to basics. Read labels. If the product has names you don't understand, additives, dyes, thickeners, or ingredients that sound like they came from a laboratory, avoid it. The simpler the ingredient list, the better for your body. A good example. Choose a banana with cinnamon instead of a cereal bar full of syrups and isolated protein. Swap. The juice box for water flavored with lemon slices and mint. Choose 100% whole wheat bread with avocado instead of whole wheat crackers with 0 fat. These are simple swaps, but they make all the difference. If you realize that the problem is in the way you deal with food emotionally, the first step is to embrace it with affection. Don't blame yourself for using food as a refuge. Almost everyone does this at some point. The difference lies in developing awareness. The next time you go to the fridge or open the cupboard in search of something to snack on, stop and ask yourself, is it really hunger or is it anxiety, stress, boredom? This simple and powerful exercise can be the first step towards creating a new relationship with food. And what's more, have alternatives for these moments. If you're anxious, go for a short walk. If you're bored, drink a calming tea and listen to some music. If you're sad, write down what you're feeling or call someone you trust. Food for the body is important, but the food of the soul also needs to be taken care of. Now, about sleep. It's time to treat it as a priority. The idea that not getting enough sleep is a sign of productivity needs to be eliminated. Your body needs time to recover, reorganize hormones, and rebalance metabolic functions. So create a sleep routine. Avoid cell phones or television until late. Turn off bright lights at least an hour before bed. Avoid caffeine after 5 p.m. and if possible, always go to bed at the same time. Your body loves routine. The more predictable this process is, the better quality your sleep will be. And with that, the more efficient fat burning will be, even while sleeping. A simple trick that can help correct more than one mistake at once is put together an emotional emergency plan. It works like this. Every time you feel like eating at odd hours or straying from your diet, you resort to this plan. It could be a list of 3 quick actions that will restore your balance. For example, take 2 deep breaths, drink a glass of ice water with lemon, and walk outside for 5 minutes. Sounds simple? It is. But these actions break the automatic pattern and put you back in control. And do you know what else helps a lot in this process? Organize the environment. That's right. When your home, your refrigerator, and even your mind are in order, your body responds better. Leave fruits, nuts, boiled eggs, and cut vegetables out in plain sight. Hide or eliminate what sabotages you. Have a little corner for self-care, even if it's just a lit candle, some quiet music, and a few minutes of silence. Your environment shapes your behavior, and if you want to truly change, you need to start from the inside out and from the outside in as well. A bonus tip that connects all of this is monitor your progress beyond the scale. Write down how you sleep, your energy level, your mood when you wake up, your digestion, your skin. Often the first signs that the changes are working don't appear in your weight, but in how you feel. This keeps you motivated, strengthens your consistency, and reinforces the idea that losing weight is about gaining health, not just losing weight. Little by little, you will realize that correcting these mistakes does not require impossible sacrifices, but rather conscious and consistent choices. And it is this consistency that builds lasting results. Because there is no point in losing weight quickly and then gaining it back with double the frustration later. True, success lies in building a lifestyle that makes sense to you, that fits into your routine, and that makes you feel proud every day. And look, if you got this far, it's because something inside you are you ready to really change? And in the next video, I'll share a complete walkthrough with foods that reduce inflammation in the body, accelerate fat burning, and even help control anxiety so you can keep this process light and natural. So, now you know, subscribe to the channel now, activate the bell so you don't miss the next content, and leave your like here if this video brought you clarity. And comment below, which of these strategies will you apply today? I want to follow your progress closely, because this is just the beginning.